Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa ating mga viewers. And what a better time to enter the market right now because nagiging maganda yung development. Right, for the last 2 weeks, all prices have been dropping. Right, and also BSP rate hike was announced last 2 weeks. And again, maganda yung itinatakbo ng ating overall PSEi. And what better time no, to enter or to time the market but right now, and we'll be going to study yung mga interesting charts and position that we should be watching for next week. Again, before we do all that, let us have a quick word from our sponsor. It comes from Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 12. The sleep of a laborer is sweet, whether they eat little or much, but as for the rich, their abundance permits them no sleep. Alright, so this is very, very true in all aspects of our lives. How many of you or known yung mga business owners who have no sleep at all attending to their businesses? May it be probably they are going on a expansion, no? And marami silang inaasikaso doon, or just the daily grind of attending the business. Medyo nakukulangan ng tulog, right? But when you compare them sa ating mga day laborers, when you on the grander scheme of things, mas maigi pa, no, na day laborer ka na lang kasi maganda naman yung tulog mo, unlike pag business owner ka or something na you have little or no sleep at all, because as we all know, sleep is almost synonymous to good health, all right? And if you're a business owner, right, and ginawa mo yung pattern na yan, it will be only a matter of time before you are going to have a big problem pagdating sa health mo. And as we all know, eventually, alright, kung ano man yung mga narip mo sa iyong negosyo or profited from your negosyo, eventually, ibabayad mo lang din yan sa doktor mo, and malas-malas mo pa if magkaroon ng permanent damage or anything, no, na matinding mangyari sa'yo because of you not sleeping, right? Sayang lang lahat ng pinagpaguran mo. And this verse should serve as a reminder to all of us, no, na to respect our bodies, to give it time to rest and to recuperate, right? Because as we all know, iisa lang naman to katawan natin, and kapag hindi natin iningatan, eventually lahat ng capability natin to earn is mawawala. And same thing is true pagdating sa trading, alright? How many of you have read or given the advice not to grind? Alright, parang ang pinoproject nila, you have to study na talagang matindihan talaga, like long hours. Some even project na parang nag-aaral sila until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. ng umaga, and then magti-trade pagdating ng opening ng market, which is probably true. Kumikita sila, they're profitable, but I'm going to tell you how long are they going to sustain that kind of pacing. Eventually they'll have to face the consequences, no, health wise, pagdating sa kanilang mga decision. Alright, so I'm going to tell you, give your body enough rest and to recuperate, especially sleep, para you have the peak performance pagdating sa trading. Your mind is very clear and maganda. You will be able to read the markets, alright? And especially dun sa mga tao na nag-go all in, they are very troubled, alright, sa kapag yung position nila wants to drop, no? So marami yung, siguro if you have experience, nagigising ka sa madaling araw because you were really worried about your position, kasi you are thinking na pagdating sa opening it might drop very fast, alright? So again, if that is the case, probably you are having a very big position. You try to reduce, alright, your position para naman maganda rin yung tulog mo kahit paano, right? That does not necessarily apply to day traders, because at the end of the day they are flat, they are selling everything, right? para to sa mga position, trend following. Alright, so longer time frame ng market. And maganda, no? Maganda itong reminder to all of us to respect our bodies. So yan, ang ating takeaways dito is to think of the market as a long game. Alright, so huwag kang magmamadali. Alright, and just to give you an idea, if you are planting a seed, alright, you cannot water them 9 times a day and expect the next day na mag-sprout na siya, no? Same thing sa trading, right? You don't study 8 or 9 hours a day and then expect na kinabukasan you're already profitable. That is not true, right? Chart time does not necessarily mean more profits, alright? I'm going to repeat again. Chart time does not necessarily mean profit, alright? Take it slowly, absorb the lessons well, and eventually darating ka rin sa mga yun, no? Have the patience, no, to have a longer time view pagdating sa trading. Profits will come, but you have to take care of your priorities first, alright? So you have to take care of your health first bago ka makapag-trading, kasi that is true. If you're not healthy, if you're not feeling right, you'll not be able to trade well. That is true, no? Parang requirements nga yan sa trading, no? Hidden requirements ng trading, and most of the mentors or gurus are not be able to tackle the basic na lessons pagdating sa trading. You may not be healthy and you are probably trading well, but ang question ko is how long? How long can you sustain that pace? And hopefully, you are able to learn something dito sa ating word for the day, not only for trading, but your general life as well. Alright? With that, we are going to have a quick study or quick recap ng ating rules, no? Especially these are the rules that I have implemented on myself, absorb the lessons, and maganda yung itinulong sa akin. Alright? Number 1, take responsibility of your trades. If you are going to look for the top traders, they are number 1 very responsible to themselves, no? Hindi sila naninisi, and if you ever encounter one, almost 80 to 90%, I'm going to tell you, yung tao na yon is on a downward spiral pagdating sa kanilang account, no? Yung panaysisi sa kung ano-ano mga factors niyan. Right, number 2, protect your capital. That is true. If you stay long enough to the game, tulad nga ng sinasabi ko, eventually you will be able to tailor fit yung sariling style, and eventually you will be profitable. And number 3, keep in mind that trading is all about probabilities. Everything that I will be discussing or I'm going to say is just probability, no? I'm just here to bounce yung ideas, to reflect, right, to give you a perspective, and probably the things that you are missing, I'll be able to show them up to you, right? So again, you have to be responsible, no, pagdating sa iyong pera, hard-earned money, and do not take everything na sinasabi ko rito as a solid trading ideas. Alright, you have to come into conclusion sa sarili mo before you are going to take a trade or do not trade at all. Alright, so with that, let's now proceed sa ating mga position that we should be studying. Alright, number 1 on our watch list for next week is ISM, no? So finally, it was able to bounce at this 5.3 area. Alright, and last Thursday, it was able to bounce 22.56%. That is a big bounce. Alright, so the only thing that concerns me at this point in time is yung volume. So you come to think of it, this may not be enough for it to profile on another level, but considering that there's a considerable or minor resistances around this area, no, and ano yung gusto natin makita dito, to consolidate at this area, no? 640 to 660 yung ating makita sana, no? Umangat, or probably taper down some more, bababa beyond yung 640, probably another bounce at 6 area. But at this point, medyo volatile na rin siya pasukin, and if you're going to enter, it's currently at a 640 level, right? So take precaution, and yun nga, abangan mo na lang ulit, no? For another bounce. It has been battered by bad news lately, and really scare off, right? And maganda, no? Maganda sana to if this will break yung it will close, no? At around 7. If this will be able to close at 7, lahat ng ating sentiment will probably change into a much more bullish sentiment. But right now, it might not be a good position kasi it has already bounced really big, and it's currently at the near-term resistance at around this area, and medyo delikado, no? The risk is there, but the reward is very slim. Alright, so if this would be able to break yung 7 or close at 7, much more better, and hopefully na manigate na nito lahat ng negative news para naman mag-trend na rin. Alright, and talaga na sinasabi ko, it's probably about time, no? Etong ating Philippines would have the third telco, right? Kasi sobrang pangit nga ng serbisyo ng mga current providers, and probably itong ISM would be able to provide a much better service to all of us, no, Filipinos. Right, for our second charts, we have here yung IMI, Integrated Micro Electronics, which has been on our watch list since 2 weeks ago. This is one of the few stocks that is very good for reversal play because of the big volume that is forming around here. And tulad ng sinabi ko, last time, since 9 level pa lang, yung institution is already buying at this point in time. And the clear bottom is at 7.5. If you were able to catch around this area, 7.5 to 8, that is very good position. But right now, the next near-term resistance that we're currently seeing is around this area, no? 1080 to 11. This is a minor resistance, but our target right now is probably around 1150. Kung mapagbibigyan tayo, dito na natin pwedeng ibenta yung IMI. Again, IMI, we're currently seeing na stable naman yung 9 level ng pataas, no? So if you want some reversal play, especially kasi kung ang mga position mo is puro momentum, pag nagbababa naman yan, ang laki ng i-drop mo portfolio. So you might want to balance things out. Maglagay ka ng reversal play ng mga ganito. Much slower, but if our ideas are right, maganda, no? Kasi 30 pa yung inaasahan natin, or 1150 yung inaasahan natin na taking profit zone, or around 10.90, no? So medyo there's a bit more room para and sabi ko nga, these are the few positions na maganda to play on a reversal, itong IMI, because it has the volume to support it. Again, if nakapasok ka na naman dito sa IMI, you might want to hold it a little longer, because I think this one will have a much more room to proceed, no, to trend. And our next position is green, which has been on nasuspend to, but eventually this time around, itong spike up na to, ang laki na tinaas na yan, and on that day, yung mga bumili dito at the very top na trap, no, and bumaba. Right now, it's trending. Yun na nga yung sinasabi natin na 3-day rally, 1, 2, and 3, and right now it is currently on a pause days, no, 1, 2, 3, and this is good, no. Maganda yung nakikita ko dito sa green, and it's holding out its value at around this area. That's good, right? If somehow or you're able to still buy this at around 205 or 206, maganda, no? And makakaposisyon ka. uh, I think it's bound to go up kung magiging ganito pa rin yung formation ng candles natin sa Greenergy. Again, Greenergy hindi na nga niyan ni-retest yung previous support, but patuloy siya nagte-trend, no? That only goes to show na yung mga naipit dito or the institutions, and they want, no, to break itong 2.4 level before they could even sell yung kanilang mga position. And right now, with the formation of the candles holding their value at around the 205, the near term support, maganda yung pinapakita ng Greenergy Holdings, and I am more likely to say na it has probably to go up more itong Greenergy Holdings. And our next item on our watch list, itong Leisure and Resorts World. And this has been battered by bad news because tulad ng sinabi ni PD Gong is ayaw niya ng casino sa Boracay. But based on the price action, no, medyo maganda. This big volume may signify something na paparating dito sa LR. And maganda sa price action, mauuna ka sa lahat ng mga balita because you're looking at the price, and bago pa dumating yung news, mauuna ka. Alright. Again, are we going to buy at 330? I do not think so because it is currently near the resistance area and wala na doon yung reward, no? But meron ng risk. Right. So technical squeeze at this area, nagpop nga, and finally confirm yung volume natin dito. Again, we might want to check muna if this will probably break etong 3.5, 3.6 resistance na nakikita natin dito before we are going to buy etong LR, no? So price action wise, maganda yung pinapakita, and we have now yung confirmatory volume, but we don't want to jump again agad-agad because the near resistance is already there. Alright, itong 3.5, 3.6, medyo considerable resistance na yan, no? So the risk is there and the resistance, no? And yun nga, we're going to put this on our watch list, and tingnan muna natin kung ano yung magiging development sa LR. And sa news, wala pa naman items na lumalabas, and maganda lang to, no? Nagpop lang sa ating radar because guys, yung style ko kasi I do not monitor all of the stocks na 300 plus na yan. I will not be able to have the time to analyze them, no? So I tend to try to pick yung mga low-lying fruits, yung mga magagandang ideas, very easy to trade na setup, and I leave it, no? Yung mga mahihirap na trades, I give it to the genius, and doon lang tayo sa madadali at madaling intindihin. And if you are been following me for how many weeks now, mapapansin mo yung aking setup is napakadali lang naman, more on price action, volume, and candlesticks pattern lang. And hindi naman ganun din kahirap intindihin because tulad ng sinabi ko, wala naman akong pinasukan na talagang formal school about trading. Inintindi ko lang, no, sa sarili ko, and what makes sense and what is easy and what I understand, yung kaya dun lang ako nag-stick. Alright, if you have been learning something dito sa ating mga videos or tutorials, or you just want, no, or watch list, or the ideas of others, another set of eyes, you might want to hit that like button and subscribe. Alright guys, maraming salamat sa panonood, and I think we have a few charts left. We have yung Food Alliance. This has been on our watch list, core watch list last week. Ang sabi ko, there is a battle between bulls and bears at this area. which is ganun nga yung nangyari, no? Manifesting again this week. It was able to break yung this area, no? Itong resistance niya na 112, 113 and eventually popping until I think 116, 117 pa to umabot. And the next day supposed to be a profit taking day, naging retest of support na, which is currently at those 104, 105 level, which is this is not very bullish, but this might signify na yung ating mga institution is probably hedging their position, or they are selling some of their shares dito sa food na they want to sell because they are going to rotate their money into something. But given nag-close naman siya last Thursday na at 0.96%, this might be a check, no? Support check muna to, this big candle, and parang yung ginagawa sa ABA after that big candle support check, it will try to go up again. If this for some unknown reason breaks yung 1, this might be a very sentiment, magiging bearish na tayo dito sa food. But until ma-hold niya yung 1 na yan, 1 peso level, we are still very bullish because of the current development or fundamental development na nangyayari dito sa ating food or alliance food, alright? And quarter by quarter, maganda rin naman yung mga nagiging reports nitong food alliance. And probably itong last Wednesday's candle na very big candle, this might be a support check, no, na ating nangyari, which is nag-hold naman. It was able to hold the value, and last Thursday maganda rin naman kahit papaano, no? Hindi na rin siya nagdire-diretsong slide na pababa. Again, ang ating take for food is there is going, no, battle between the bulls and the bears, and wala pang nakaka-control at this moment in time. Hindi pa makontrol, no? The bears are not really bearish, no, overly bearish, but the bulls are not willing to buy, no, na dire-diretso beyond sa ano. Probably, no, we might want to see this consolidate more around this area, and again before it try to retest yung ating resistance na which is formed at this area, no, 116, 117, itong area na to. Again, that's our take for food. Let's now proceed sa ating IRC properties. Again, 2 days of a red candle, and right now it's spinning top, no? Currently sitting right here at a considerable support, and maganda to. Currently ang ating IRC is going on a sideways market, which is yung lower bracket natin is around yung 220, and yung upper bracket naman natin is umabot siya ng I think this is 2.8. It's currently trapped in this trading range, sideways na siya. And again, abang tayo if mapagbibigyan ulit tayo sa 220, and maganda rin naman yung support level na yun. IRC, I think this is a normal profit taking activity because wala pa namang any major development again or any news sa IRC. But if you are on a long term view of the market, I think this is the best time, no, to position yourself sa mas magandang presyo. Again, going to watch if yung 220 will hold or how it will react yung 220 area or 230 before it is going to again to retry to take out itong 2.7. Again, IRC properties is I think kung hahabol pa yung groundbreaking this December, wala pa namang announcement beyond that, it might push the price, no, but just to be safe, buy at the support area na around 220. no? Maganda ng posisyonan niyang IRC at that point in time, right? And last but not the least sa ating watch list, which is yung easy call, right? Last week, it was able to pop in our radar with its 50% movement, no? Nung closing nung last week. But then nagkaroon ng continuation. I think back to back 50% movement, it was able to propel again at around 25 area. Tuloy na sinasabi ko, itong position na to, this is a very very volatile market, very volatile position, and you might want to take precaution, no? Especially if you are still studying the market. Wag mo munang pasukan yung mga ganito if you are not skilled or you don't have the set of skills na necessary dito para ma-trade na maayos ng ECP. Right now at this point in time, super volatile na yan, and once the position becomes too volatile, masyadong mahirap na i-predict yung movement, no? And especially yung ganitong bumabagsak, wag mo munang pasukin, alright? Medyo delikado, and if you're going to buy, at least manageable position, no? Not too big, and you're not going to trade naman yung all of your portfolio, because doon naman nadadali lahat halos, no? Yung ating mga bago, just thinking of the profit that they are making without thinking of the risk. Doon yung karamihan nagkakaroon ng mistake, and eventually nagdi-dwindle down yung profit, and doon napapakwit. Alright, the logical minor support is around 15 area. It might sit there or it might go down, no? Currently there's a disclosure about this acquisition, this investment, no, sa isang company TVI, and the irrationality of the market strikes again, and ECP being a very very low float stock, madaling angatin, was able to do a back to back ceiling, no? And guys, again I am telling you, if you have been learning or you have the insight, no, nakuha kang insight or learnings dito, you might want to hit that like button or subscribe. Again, this is PSEi Recap. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Again, until next week,